Peace and love, y'all. Welcome to a brand called Me. I am your host, Kazi Rolle, and on this show, you will learn how to build your personal brand, become your best self, and make a living doing what you love. Let's get this party started. Yes, we are back with another episode. Today we explore a brand called Michael MacDonald.
Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
I'm a fan of your work. Before I knew who you were.
Appreciate it.
As you are coming out more people will know. But there are a lot of people who may not know that you are who you are. So how would you introduce yourself?
You know, I'm an entrepreneur first, but I'm a digital media creator. I call myself the digital mogul because I've been doing this for a long time. I've been helping brands and people get exposure, and whatever they're great at, I'm good at getting attention to that.
And it's mainly behind the camera.
Cool. Just mostly behind the camera forever. Just recently, I've been in front of the camera.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. But when was the first time you picked up a camera?
In 2005, because my friend was supposed to do a photo shoot, because I had this media company, and I was doing like promotional work, and my friend was supposed to do a photo shoot, and I guess he canceled on me, so I went and bought a camera and I started taking pictures in 2005.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then from there, when was the first time someone actually?
So in 2005, this wasn't a pay gig, but we were doing a cookout, the cookout in 2006. We was doing cookouts in our hometown, and I was like, we need to capture this, right? But I had this camera that I bought because I started doing like photo shoots and stuff. That was the first time I took pictures and looked at it as a business.
Yeah.
To make money with the camera. Right. I was busy making money with the promotional work that I was doing with the pictures.
Gotcha.
But to make money with the camera, I took pictures for this event, and it looked pretty, it came out pretty good. Showed people having a good time. I told a story with the camera.
Right.
And then I looked up nightlife sites because I used to go to the clubs and seeing these people in the club taking pictures with a camera.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how much they make? You know what I'm saying? I'll do that.
Yeah.
Come to find out, they made about $75 per club. I was like, all right, cool. I'm in New York City. It's in 2006 right now, it's a lot of clubs, right? 23rd and all that, House and Guest House, all those clubs with Pink Horse and all them clubs was really popping at the time. And I was like, let me try to get that. So I was doing 3 clubs a night, every single night for like probably 10 years.
Wow. And
I had a job, I was selling cars. But that was the first time I started making money with my camera. And then obviously, when you're in front of so many people taking pictures and they like your work,
right,
they start hiring you outside of the club. So I would do events outside the club, I would do photo shoots, and I would also do celebrities. So celebrities would hire me to take pictures. So that was the start of it, though, the nightclub.
So, but how was the word getting out? You went to the club owner?
No, I was taking pictures to say you, and oh man, I like this. Do you do pictures here? Do you do pictures here? And they'll hire me like that. Like they'll take my contact, or I'm giving them my card, and then they'll contact me like that.
Yeah.
But it was just like simple as that. I'm showing them the picture when I take it in the club.
Yeah.
Do you like it? And I was doing that, and they loved it, whatever, and they would exchange information.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they're calling me to do their events.
Dope. So when did you make the transition from photos to video?
The DSLR evolved, and they started to put video inside the DSLR. I never purchased the only video camera. I wasn't at that moment. That was before my time, before I touched the camera. But when they started putting the video feature inside the camera, I started to explore the feature. Obviously, because I have this camera and they're giving me more technology, why not explore it? Maybe I can do some video. That's more money. They always said video's more money. And I was always trying to make more money. So I started just playing with it. Started playing with Final Cut Pro X. Never went to Final Cut 3. I was only Final Pro Cut X and Premiere. I was dabbling with those. And then I started to just take videos, and I would do my little niece's birthday parties and stuff, or nephew's birthday party, just practicing. With my girlfriend at the time, just practicing doing videos. And my first camera was a Nikon D300 that had video in it. The problem with Nikon is they didn't master it at that time. Canon mastered it with the 5D Mark II. That was the first time a camera, a DSLR had video feature, and they used it for a feature film. So that was the breakout moment for video in a DSLR. That was when you realized, you knew that it was going to change the game. And another game changer was Red. Red was, they created like film-like quality video, but in a digital format where you can change the ISO, you can change the app, you could change, like you had metadata for the footage that you would shoot. So now in post, I can actually change the things I may have did wrong in the camera. So that was like revolutionary. And that was when I was like, I need a Red. I'm going to take this thing by storm.
Yeah, you keep going up.
But I started with the Nikon. Then I went to the Canon because Canon had the better video. Nikon video wasn't good. And then I got my money up and I got me my first Red. $50,000.
What?
Yeah.
So, okay, once you moved over to the video or expanded to the video and shooting family, friends, when did it graduate? Because they wasn't paying you at that time.
I was just practicing.
So when did it turn to a?
So one of the clients that I met in the club, they actually worked for Diageo. Diageo is a world leader in liquor distribution. Right? That was like one of my first paid gigs. I was able to do, I think it was Bel Air. I did a commercial for Bel Air with my video. Because I had the Red, they knew I had the Red, and they wanted the slow motion footage. And I think my Red was doing 120 frames per second. One of my friends booked me for that, and I was able to start getting money for commercial gigs. And the money was so good, I was like, I need to start focusing on this. Then I did a D'USSE commercial. I was just focusing on liquor commercials. And then I got hired for a wedding. Would never do a wedding again. It's too much responsibility. I even try to do in real life, edit undo. I'll do something, edit undo. You can't edit undo a wedding. So
just take it all in.
And not that it was bad. I didn't do a bad job. It's just, it's too much focus on one day where it wasn't my realm of thing. I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed creating my own story, not being told by them. They were telling me they wanted this and this. I felt constricted. It's like work. I don't like to work a job because if they might say an hourly job, because you say you only can make but so much, or a salary job, you only can make so much. I don't like I don't like no ceilings. I like to be able to do what I want. You know what I'm saying? I think I have enough discipline to not have to have or training wheels around me. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I know what I want. I'm focused and I get it done. I get the job done. The wedding, I did the wedding. It paid a lot of money. But I just didn't like the weddings, and I was just doing like commercials. I was sticking to commercials, whether it was commercials for different products or like people wearing lingerie. I did a hair commercial. I did a whole apparel commercial. I was sticking to things like that.
Gotcha. And how was people finding you?
Referrals.
See, a lot of people, social media is great.
Yeah, social media wasn't big back then.
It wasn't big back then. Okay, you're from my era. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't. It really wasn't big back then. And when it got big, I was gearing off from that because I'm like, I like staying home. I can sit in front. A lot of people can't sit in front of a computer all day. I can sit in front of a computer all day and love it.
Yeah, me too.
And I was in a relationship at the time, and she wasn't as comfortable as me working with females and just out all night. So I had to pivot, right? Because at the time I thought that was the final relationship. I'm trying to not sacrifice, but compromise. That's what I was trying to do. And so I started to pivot towards another thing that I used to do is build websites. So when I first started building websites, it was something called Dreamweaver. And that's how I learned HTML, PHP.
Like a real website.
That's how I learned all that stuff. I would use Dreamweaver and Flash and all that stuff. So it wasn't as big at the time when I started doing websites, but WordPress was really big. And I learned WordPress. I learned WordPress. It was something called Jumbo, few of them, but WordPress was the one I was getting all my websites built. And I started to say, if I can make all this money at home, and I don't have to go outside, I'm only going to go outside when I want to do it, something I really want to do. So I started to become big on websites. So I got 5 or 6 clients, and they were paying me a nice retainer every single month. I was big on, you don't have to pay me up front, pay me monthly, give me a percentage. That was my thing. I was big on stuff like that. I wasn't focused on the big bag in the beginning. I was always focused on the bigger picture. That was always been my mindset. Even a site I'm still getting paid for that I did in 2008. I'm still getting paid a monthly or weekly, actually, salary from it or a percentage from the company because it's still up. I built it from the ground up and I have equity in that company. I still get paid today.
Gotcha.
And this is 2008. That's 15 years ago.
Crazy.
And I'm still getting paid from it. And I don't even touch it.
Yeah.
I don't have to touch it, move it, nothing.
Gotcha.
But that's the thing about equity and sweat equity. I just started to focus on that. I was making six figures, mid six figures doing that.
Wow.
That was my focus. And I gotten use the camera anymore. So I was like gearing off to that.
Just doing the website.
Just doing web because it was making me so much money.
Gotcha. And then when did you pick back up the camera then?
Like I said, I only worked on things that people like Rashad hit me up and he wanted to become the #1 financial advisor on the internet. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. So I would do photo shoots to him. I would do a video shoot to him, do a bunch of stuff. And I was still doing stuff like that. That was like, I was touching that entry, picking it back up. But I was still doing things that I wanted to do. He calls me, I'm doing a D'USSE commercial because not only do they give me money, they give me any bottle I want, all the bottles I want. And if you go to my house, you see all these Hennessy bottles and 2 of them are worth $10,000 a piece and I got them for free. So I would do stuff like that because I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was my passion to be the creative director for these commercials.
Yeah.
So I would still do that. Jobs may come like maybe 4 or 5 jobs. It wasn't my main income at that point.
Yeah.
It was my passion. It was my hobby.
Right.
My main income became my hobby, and my passion, the web building became my main income, and I had to focus on the bag. So now Rashad wanted to build his brand.
Yeah.
He had 300 or 400 followers at the time, and I kind of showed him everything about social media. I showed him how to do Instagram. I showed him how to do auto likes, everything. I just told him, I gave him all the tools that he needed to be successful on social media. And then it took off. He started to post about financial information, whether it was 50 cents vitamin deal or whatever, all those things were just starting to take off. And after 2 years, it got so big. People were like, we want to hear more from you. You need to have a podcast. That phone rang again. Yeah. Rashad's, yo, what's a podcast? I'm like, oh, it's Apple. I thought Apple, I'm still at this time, I don't even know if it's true, but I feel like Apple created the podcast because they were the only ones at one point that had a podcast, like little app on it. Yeah. But that could be wrong. But I was like, I think Apple created it. And Gary Vee actually at the time he created Anchor. I'm like, yeah, you can go to Anchor, it's free. So I can remember Anchor, it's free. You can upload your podcast, and they find you ads to make money off your podcast. Yeah. His word boom. So I set all that up. He found his host. He's looking for a host. He's like, why not use Troy? I talk to him all the time. That's my best friend. Yeah. I'll use Troy. And then he hit me up and said, yo, let's just do this all together. We'll just start this podcast, see where it goes. It might work, it might not. Yeah. This ain't the first business that we started. We started multiple businesses together. Oh, okay. Earn Your Leisure is the first one to just go crazy. Yeah. So it started like that. And then Earn Your Leisure, we started to do episodes and the camera became, again, my main hustle again, right? So I would do the camera, I would do lighting, I would do audio. One of our guests, Ice Cube, said this on a podcast, which I've heard this saying before, but he just reimagined it in my mind again. But he's like, a jack of all trades is not as good as a master. Wait, a jack of all trades, a master of none, but it's still better than a master of one. Yeah.
That's very missing.
That part was missing from a lot of people.
And it made a lot of people, me included, feel bad about ourselves. Am I too all over the place? But really, man, I could step in the room like yourself. I could see you do you like a Swiss Army knife.
Correct.
You can do so much.
Correct.
Yeah.
Don't take I might not be a master in this. I might not be a master in that, but I'm damn good at a lot of freaking things. Yeah. And that was my goal. That was the gold in me for Earn Your Leisure. Your superpower. Right? That was my superpower, right? Because I registered the businesses. I did the trademarks. I did the video, I did the lighting, I did operations, I did payroll, I did the website, I did everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Behind that camera, I was the core of because my gift was I'm not the best in everything,
Yeah.
but I can get the point across and make things happen.
Yeah.
And that was the beauty of me. And that was why I became an equal equity partner,
Yeah.
right? That's what Rashad seen in me. And he said, yo, listen, I need you. I want to bring you on, boom.
Yeah.
And I became the third partner at Earn Your Leisure. And we went 18 months without taking $1 out that company.
Oh.
$1. We put every single dollar into that company.
Yeah.
And at the time, like my business was dwindling down because I was putting all my energy in Earn Your Leisure
Right.
because I seen what it was gonna be.
Yeah.
I seen the vision. I believed in it.
Yeah.
I believed in all of us to make this the biggest financial literacy media company in the world.
Gotcha.
And so as my business was going down, we taking all this money, we making it, and we putting it in business. I'm like, yo, I'm just hard. But real, I was like, it was getting bad. And then,
Yeah.
we finally was able to, after 18 months, we was finally able to take profit.
Yeah.
And I was like, after the first time we took profit, my life has not been the same since.
Gotcha.
Literally. It has not been the same since. I have an amazing life. And yeah, Earn Your Leisure plays a major part of that. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the best business decisions that I ever did in my life.
If someone who's coming to you to get this information, what is it that about you that you could absorb? How was you learning about social media? How was you knowing about the camera after that and the camera after that?
So like now it's popular, right? People watching like the World Developer Conference that just happened. Mm-hmm. It's to the masses. But when Steve Jobs was the leader of Apple, they were focused on the professionals. They weren't focused on everybody.
Yeah.
Like Steve Jobs' vision of Apple is not the vision that it is today. Mm. Like even the iPad, he said he would never create an iPad. Tim Cook went against him with that. He didn't want an iPad. He felt like a computer should not be like this.
Yeah.
It should be vision. Like he didn't like that idea. Mm. He focused, his main objective was to focus on the professionals. The iPhone came out and that kind of shifted a little bit and he pivoted, but he still never gave up on the professionals. Yeah. When I say this to say this, like, how do I know about social media? Things like the World Congress, the Worldwide Developer Conference that Apple has been doing for over 25 years. Yeah. I've been watching it for over 25 years.
Wow.
So information like that I've been receiving for over 25 years. Yeah. I've been to the computer watching it, whether it was airing from the website or now it's Apple TV, it's all over the place. But those things I've always been astute with, right? I love media. I love digital stuff. I love it. Like when I was a kid, I used to look through the Sunday paper of all the toys and all the computers and stuff. I always loved tech is my passion. You know what I'm saying? It's my passion. It's what drives me. Mm-hmm. I've always was into that stuff. And whether it was doing YouTube videos or Googling social media, I was always into it.
Right.
And I felt any tool that I can put in my toolbox would only make me better. It will sharpen me as a person that can help brands build businesses or help people build businesses. I started to research about it. I was into it. When Instagram first came out, I'm like, what is this? What is going on? A year later, why did Facebook buy it? Like, I look at things like that.
Gotcha.
They know something that we don't know.
Yeah.
So it just started to make me be more interested in those things, and I learned it. I learned how to do it.
Now, so do you see is Earn Your Leisure more of a media company then?
It's a media house because we have a network, we have a university, we have a festival, we have different businesses. And the good thing about Earn Your Leisure, like when we have guests come on and they speak about their businesses that they do, we say, yo, you're really good at this. Why don't you help us get into that business? Whether it was trucking, vending, healthcare, all these different businesses we also have too under our umbrella. We make money from those different businesses as well. That's the thing too. We're not just talking it, we're living it as well.
And building the brand has created more opportunities.
Correct.
So most people see Rashad and Troy as the face of the brand. Now I see you're putting yourself out there more because a lot of people don't know. So yeah,
I'm listening. You go.
So when was that shift for you? When was it that choice to say, all right, now I have more time? Maybe you have more time.
No. So this is the thing, right? So my main objective, like when I started with Rashad, his goal, everyone's goal was to make him the number one financial advisor on the web. Mission accomplished. Earn Your Leisure was to make Troy and Rashad the face of Earn Your Leisure and make it the biggest financial literacy media platform there is.
Check.
Mission accomplished, right? Now I have another mission.
Yeah.
my son definitely sparked that mission. I just always thought, now that I have like a real mouth to feed, right? Like I have a real mouth to feed, I have something to live for. I'm like, yo, he put some, like he inspired me.
Yeah.
So yo, I'm really great at what I do. I have a lot of knowledge.
Yes.
And it's time. It was like, it's time to start giving that knowledge.
Yeah.
And it was just, it's time to do it. And I'm here and it feels good. It's therapy. I didn't know it was therapeutic. I didn't know that. I wish I knew that before, a long time ago. Not even putting it out, just making videos. I was making videos for 3 months before I put my first video out.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And I was always like, oh, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna put it out. I'm not gonna put it out. And then one day I was like, I just gotta do it. And I just put the first video out and it's been nonstop since.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then as your brand is out there more and you're building it, how do you make money off of that?
The most important thing that I think everybody should do, whether you're in customer service or you're in sales or you're a barber for a barbershop, right? You need to brand yourself because you need to brand yourself. I should have been branding myself building Earn Your Leisure. I should have.
Yeah.
But this is a learning experience. It's not a loss because I still own Earn Your Leisure.
Yeah.
I'm still doing very well for myself.
Yeah.
And I can still promote myself through Earn Your Leisure.
Yeah.
Right? But I should have been branding myself because I wouldn't have had to start so far behind.
Gotcha.
I would have been already built. But even before that, when I was selling cars, I should have branded myself. When I was taking pictures in the club, I should have branded myself. Like in any field you are, you need to brand yourself and become an authority in that space. Why? Because God forbid if that company closes down, you got to start all over.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? You got to do it all over. But if they knew Michael had the Honda, the #1 Honda sales rep or car salesperson, I could just shift and go bring my brand to somewhere else or pivot versus going to letting people know me, learn me in another space, another company. And if I was branding myself, I wouldn't have to do that. So I think everybody should brand themselves in anything they're doing.
Yeah, gotcha. And you're doing that, like what are your ways of doing that now?
Knowledge, information. The more information that I give to people, the more people that'll trust me and understand what I do. Like people don't know me from Earn Your Leisure, right? Because I did it like intentionally.
Yeah.
Like I want to be that man behind the scene. Like I'm good. I don't want the fame.
Yeah.
I never want the fame. It's not for the fame. I'll rather be the person behind the camera. Making what I make and doing it.
That's your art.
Yeah, I like it. I don't like all those eyes on me. I like to live my life the way I want to live it.
Gotcha.
If I want to go to the store and not be bothered, I could do that.
Yeah.
If I want to go to the club and drink and have fun, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like worried about am I gonna hurt the brand?
Yeah.
So everything I did, even taking pictures with all the celebrities I never did, it was all intentional. I wanted to just be behind the camera. I didn't want to be in front of the camera. I just wanted to just do what I do, do it great, or do it damn good,
Yeah, we got you.
and live my life.
With the knowledge that you're sharing, is it mainly from YouTube or are you also doing courses as well?
So I'm gonna be releasing, probably when this episode comes out, my website's gonna be michaeljmacdonald.com. And it's gonna be a bunch of different things that I'm gonna provide on there. The course is gonna be pretty much free. I'm not gonna charge for any course that I can do, whether it's how to build a YouTube, how to build a podcast, all these different things. I'm gonna give it for free. What I'm gonna charge for is the coaching. I wanna be able to charge you, and you don't have to do it. You could just do the course. But if you want me to coach you on a weekly or a monthly basis, I didn't get to exactly how I'm gonna do it. But I'm gonna charge like a monthly fee for that. And then I'm gonna do a mentorship, something like that. I got a couple of things that I'm gonna do, but that's what I'm gonna be branding towards. And I tell people like, it's a couple of things, right? If I wanted to get hot, say you have a brand called ABC brand, right? And you're really big, and I want to work with you, right? I want to do video work for you, right? The problem is, and I see it with Earn Your Leisure every day. Everybody hits us up. I want to do video for you. I want to do video. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do website. The easiest way to get a client from a business is to do the work and give it to them without even being paid. You get value. Our #1 person that we do business with is the first year in InvestFest, he started his travel company, right? He started his travel company where limousines or sprinters and things like that. The first year in InvestFest, he called me up. He said, listen, he contacted me and said, listen, I need to be part of this event. I just started a logistics company. I would love to travel you all around in a sprinter and all that for the whole entire weekend. no charge.
Wow.
We did it.
Bar. Yeah,
We did it.
cool, right?
You know what his number one customer today? He makes thousands and thousands off of us.
Wow.
Why? Because he gave that value. If I want to do business with you and I do video work, I'm going to take some of your videos or something, edit it up, and give it to you. If you like it, what you going to do?
Hey,
Isn't that so much easier?
Yeah.
Because we know as a business owner, it's hard to find valuable workers. It's hard to find valuable people to work for you. When you find that person and they see the quality in your work, it's, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, if somebody does that for us, I'm gonna easily reach out to them and say, listen, if I'm not gonna use you now, you're going in my Rolodex, I'm gonna use you when I need you.
Right.
It's so simple. So people just make things so difficult. And I say that to say, I'm just gonna give so much value. Like I said, the podcast course will be free. The YouTube course, I'm not saying don't charge, people don't charge. I'm here building a brand. I know what it takes to build a brand. The more information I give, the more I'm gonna be validated in the space I wanna be in. You know what I'm saying? If I give a dope podcast course for free and people start talking about, yo, this is crazy, and he gave it for free, what does that do?
Whatever he charging for, that's some next level issue.
That's how people think too. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole logic that we've been giving free information since the start of it, and we're still giving free information.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's the thing with companies; they forget what they were doing to get them where they are, and they stop doing the things that got them where they are. And they fall.
They fall. Nah, indeed. It's been a journey. As far as your personal brand, where do you see next?
That's my goal is to be doing speaking engagements, doing mentorship, doing coaching, doing courses on the things that I'm really good at. Like I could do a course on lighting, I could do a course on sound, I could do a course on videos, I could do a course on YouTube. I could do a course on operations. I can show you how to trademark. I should trademark my M that you've seen. I can show you how to LLC. I'm gonna do a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of different things that I just realized like I'm just gonna do a bunch of teach everything that I know. I'm gonna put it all out there. That what is that gonna do? It's gonna validate me. It's gonna give me credibility, and people are gonna want more information from me. And if they want me to coach them, if they want me to mentor them, boom.
Ooh. Looking back at young Michael MacDonald, what are 5 things you would get before I get? What would you say is your superpower? I know we organically said that, right? All right, so you did this before. Yeah, what are the 5 things you would tell young Michael MacDonald?
One was brand yourself, no matter what.
You can do it, right?
One would be brand yourself, no matter what. 2, you don't gotta go to the clubs and spend a bunch of money in your 20s. When people say you gotta spend money and have fun in your 20s, you don't have to. The sooner you get serious about your life and take your finances serious, the sooner you have generational wealth and you'll be happier and have to do less work. If you're 21 and you're listening to this, you need to become serious now, because you can make your 20s all about all the work you need to do, where you have the most energy, where you're more receptive to information. Make that your biggest decade, and live free from your 30s, 40s, and on. That's what I would say. That's what 2. 3. My younger self. I don't have no regret. I probably would have had a baby sooner, and I know that's easy to say now because I'm financially successful. But I probably would, because my son is like the most amazing thing ever, and he's so much fun, and he inspires me. He pushes me to do more. I probably would have had a kid sooner. I'm not advising that. 4, purchase real estate. I would have purchased real estate way ahead of time. I didn't buy my first house until I was 37. I would have purchased it a long time ago. I was always under the impression if I buy a property, something happens, I lose my income, I ain't gonna know what to do. I'm gonna be stuck. But property, it's a lot of things you could do with properties. I would have bought property. I would have invested in the stock market earlier. And 5, I would have probably cloned myself. No, real talk. The 5th thing is, I wouldn't have been so scared of delegating responsibilities. Because I know in order to grow to the next level, you have to delegate. You have to give responsibilities to other people, because you're only one person. So the job is to multiply yourself. And like I said, I'm serious about cloning myself, but what I'm in that sense, definitely delegate.
No, those is bars. Shout out to Jamal Thomas for making this connection.
Jamal.
Michael has truly blessed me not just with the knowledge, but the just level. You set a new standard for what I got to produce now. But I'm extremely grateful. And now, man, just salute to all you do. Because funny enough, the name of Brilliant Call Me came from, I'm a behind the scenes guy too. Building people's brand. And it got to a point where all of us need to know, no, I'm a brand unto myself. But at my heart, I'm a server, you know? And I like seeing people, I like seeing them shine. When I was a kid, there was a television show called A Highway to Heaven. It was about this angel laying down, and he would go city to city, and he just wanted to see people happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm moved by people like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you said, it's not about the limelight. I'm just really doing it. It's my love, and then I'm just doing it so other people can shine. But then sometimes you get forgotten. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So salute to you for the work that you're doing.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I've been a fan before I even knew.
Listen, I've been telling you, you've been great for a long time. You've been telling me about this. You got to meet Kazi. You got to meet Kazi.
Indeed.
I'm glad we finally met.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. I mean, thank you.
If people could follow you, where do they follow you?
MichealMacDonald. That's on Instagram. Once you go there, my website is that too, michaeljmacdonald.com. So that's where you find me. That's where you get all the information. I'm gonna be at events near you, speaking near you, course near you, mentorship near you, bars.